They used to call it the Column of Fear. It was a row of thousands of citizens, and night after night they were escaping away from Alicante to hole up in the towns of the periphery. It was a sad picture, melancholic, full of anguish and terror. They walked in silence and talked in whispers amongst themselves as a collective amnesia had possessed the whole crowd. Sometimes they put up with panic, the view to the sky dark with leaden, wishing, supplicating, praying, and not hearing again the roar of the planes, the sound of the hooters, the screams of pain and despair from the Indrids. Once someone said that the scars from those of the past are today's wounds of others.
The bombing of the 25th of May 1938 was the worst and most terrible of all that was suffered in our city during the Spanish Civil War. It marked the history of Alicante, with blood and fire. The hellish memory of the bombs falling down and detonating in this very same place, now 80 years ago, when we were still a small city, simple and humble, without military goals nor weapon deposits, has accompanied us, day after day, year after year, decade and decade, leaving an indelible scar in several generations, and a bleeding wound in our memory. Some historians ensure that the alarms and hooters from the central market, those that look at us today, silent, never wrong. Others say they're wrong, but may have been too late.
Men and women, children and elders, human beings, desperate, sick, hungry, and beaten, from an unfair and painful war, as every war is, but with a difference. Those were our fathers, our mothers, our grandparents and friends, from a seaside city that still was harboring the idiosyncrasy from a folk where we all know each other and where the horror and injustice from a war confrontation never, I repeat, never should have divided us. All and each from the victims, all and each from the injured, all and each from the offspring of this extermination have a name and a surname, have a face and a life that is probably painfully close to our life.
We will never know exactly how many planes teared away a part of our life. 7, 9, I don't really think that this matters after so many years, as we will never know how up were they flying, nor the exact number of throwing bombs, nor how many reached their cruel goal. Something will be kept, a monument that will never belong to ones or others, without ideological loans nor politic ties, but a monument that will be always considered our own one, from the one we will always feel proud because so would have wished our people. A perpetual gift able to remember the past years, to avoid tripping on them again. A tribute with the one the city will remember and honor, with justice and dignity. More than 300 innocents that were witnessed from the biggest of the arrows or fails.
¿Podría comentar acerca de la historia del bombardeo?
Del bombardeo, que me hubiera encantado de que no hubiera sucedido nunca, que fue un acto cobarde porque donde están comprando la gente pues hay niños, hay personas mayores y sobre todo mujeres, y fue un acto para mí cobarde. Pero los tiempos no... Hay que tener la memoria histórica, pero no remover ciertas cosas si no se va a solucionar nada, sino tratar de saber la historia para no repetirla. La persona que olvida su historia pues tiende siempre a repetirlo. Estamos tratando en Alicante, como en toda España, pues de convivir pues esa derecha y esa izquierda y llevarnos bien, porque primero somos personas. Y luego nos puede gustar más un partido político que otro, pero primero somos personas. Y aquí a nivel del mercado es muy bonito, tiene mucha historia, y estamos, yo como mis otros compañeros, estamos para servir a la gente que viene, Primero son los que vienen a comprar, segundo los concesionarios de los 372 puestos que tiene el mercado y ya por último si miramos algo nosotros, pero primero son los clientes.
¿Y usted sabe algo de historia de este reloj que está abajo?
El reloj... pues,
Hay reloj y algo más, ¿no?
Sí, tiene la hora crítica de cuando se hizo el bombardeo.
Y en cuanto a la placa, las luces que nos ha comentado.
Sí, si no han cambiado el sistema, a las 12 se encienden. A las 12 del mediodía se encienden y creo que hay una lucecita por los 300 y pico muertos que hubo aquel día.
Ok.